So this is episode 2 of my asking YouTubers what they want to see added to Grand Prix Online series, and today I'm joined by Tsuki. He has around 6.5k subs on YouTube, and he makes primarily PvP type content. I'm sure you've seen his videos in your suggested feed. It's mainly like PvP with certain items and such. But yeah, so Tsuki, what would you like to see added to Grand Prix Online in the future?
Yes. Alright, so basically, since I'm mainly PvP, I have noticed many bugs with PvP, so it's not really added, it's more like of a rework. So okay, I don't know if you noticed, but in PvP and stuff, the hitboxes are around the hip part of the body.
Really? So I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I was able to tell like 2 months back. So you notice when Anna would do the backflip, but his hip would just stay there? And you wouldn't be able to hit it. Enno.
Oh, Enno, yes, yeah.
Yes, you know where he would like flip back, use Rago?
I have to admit, when I fought Enno, I usually just either spammed Logia moves or used like a stun. I didn't really like try and target certain areas, so.
Oh no, I just randomly noticed it. Like his hip was just sitting there, but his body was across the room. You couldn't hit his body.
I think you've got a good eye for this kind of thing then, because I wouldn't have noticed that. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just observe a lot, but I noticed that, and then because it's just such a small part, sometimes when you're M1ing someone, your M1 just phases through them because of the hip part being so small, and that's the only hitbox. That's what the hitbox revolves around. So if they could find a way to make that like bigger, or like a way that it wouldn't have like, you know, weapons phase, because that really gets annoying. I lose a lot of games because of that sole reason, where my M1 would phase and they could M1 me back.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of instances where I've been fighting people, or I've seen people be PvPing, and it looks like the hit should it should make contact, and it does, but it kind of like fades through them, and it doesn't really do damage. So maybe that's because of the hitboxes. So your idea was to just enlarge the hitboxes, or how would you fix that?
Honestly, I don't know anything about coding. I did try to learn, but I was like, nah, it's too hard, so I kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
But I know it's really hard because, you know, GP is obviously like a huge scripted game. So I wouldn't be really mad if they didn't fix it, or like primarily like make it their primarily like fixes, since there's a lot of stuff wrong with the game, like bugs wise. Yeah. Not many, but mainly not on PvP. But if they could find a way where the like maybe not widen it, but or like thicken the hitbox, because it's still around the body, but it won't be like, you know, enlarging it.
Yeah. Well, so to lead on from that. So you're mainly like a PvP type YouTuber. So what do you think, like, in the realm of PvP, outside of like fixes and like fixing old bugs, what could be added in the future? Like, what new things could come, do you think, that could improve it in your opinion?
Like weapons and fruit wise, or? Yeah,
weapons and fruit wise, gameplay wise, just in general. Like, what do you think could be added?
Maybe. Okay, I'll talk about like one sword, one fruit, and like maybe a fighting style and a new mechanic.
Yeah.
So a fighting style I'd really like to see would probably be like, honestly, I don't know. I can't really say anything. I'm not that far into One Piece.
No, but like
I would.
Outside of like a specific fighting styles and fruits, what kind of like in general, would you like to see like a fighting style that has more ranged moves? Maybe some sort of
Yeah, a fighting style that has more range, because so far every fighting style is close range. Only ranged moves right now would be like a singular move from the fighting style, or like fruits that have range. I would like to see a fruit that would, or not a fruit, a fighting style that is focused primarily on ranged. That way, it can give the game a more like aerodynamic. And
so it's like some sort of like sniper fighting style then.
Something like that could work.
I think some sort of like range kind of fighting style could be cool. On top of that, though, one thing I do want to bring up with you is, what is your opinion on the current duration of Haki, of Buso Haki?
I think it's dumb.
It's dumb.
Mainly because I noticed when fruitless when you go up against Logia spammers. Not saying that everyone is. I like the aspect of and I like that it's timed, because it gives them a more adrenaline rush of the fight. But at the same time, you can go up against someone like a Logia runner. Your Haki runs out, and it's just a game of cat and mouse and then if you get caught, then you don't have no Haki, you can't fight back, and then you just die from it.
So yeah, I've also noticed that. But there's like so in my mind there's two solutions to this. There's like increasing the duration of Haki, or there's making certain weapons have like permanent Haki, so they automatically hit. Like I'm not sure if how far are you into One Piece? Because there's a thing called a black blade.
On 600.
Okay, so do you know what a black blade is in One Piece?
Yeah, it's just like basically Buso Haki on the blade.
Yeah, so it's like a blade that's got like imbued with like Buso Haki, so like it always has it.
I've had entire One Piece spoiled just from playing games. But yeah.
So maybe some sort of thing like that, where it's like they had some sort of like black blade mechanic where we can like turn swords into like constantly having Haki. What do you think?
Honestly, I would like to see a bit of both, because Diable Jambe, you don't need, when you activate Diable, you don't need Haki in order to hit Logia. So I would like to see like maybe because I think Haki lasts for a minute and 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I would like to see that to I would like to see it to 1 minute 45, and then a little more like of the black sword you were talking about. That would give like, it would give like, because in fights, a lot of times in the fights, you're losing by like seconds. Like those Haki, like I'll be mid combo and with the Logia user, and I'll run out of Haki mid combo. And if I had an extra like 15 seconds, it would be better.
Yeah.
Because then I get stuck only having to spam my fruit. And then because my fruit sushi right now, it's not that good for spamming.
So you've used a lot of like rare fruits, right?
I've used every fruit in the game so far.
Okay.
Except for Tori, and I haven't done a video on Kie or Magu, which I am doing Kie soon.
Oh great. So you've used Barry and you've used like Mero and all the rares.
Yeah.
So
even Tsuki, man.
Even Tsuki. So from that perspective, how do you think they match up to legendaries?
Mero. Honestly, if you're really good and you know how to play it, and you play smart and you observe your opponent and how they play, their play style, you can win. You can definitely win. Cause I remember kind of sucks. I was in a fight with a Tori before I started YouTube for 20 minutes when I had Bamu.
Yeah.
And that was pain. I ended up having 7k damage, but it's literally just how you play. Cause a lot of people panic when they go into Tori fly and they heal. They spam Geppo, use their moves, try to get them down. But you're just wasting stamina, and they can get a free Phoenix burst off you. So I'd rather just like sit back, wait, get Haki.
So you think it's more about how you play rather than what you play like with, I guess, in that context.
It's more how you play rather than what you have to play with.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
Because I've seen a lot of people use like really dumb builds, but they make it busted. Like it's really good.
So you definitely think there's an element of skill to the PvP, or do you think it's purely like luck? Or
in my opinion, it'd be purely skill. No, okay, like 80% skill, 20% luck.
Yeah.
Because the whole phasing thing. That saves you. But like I did notice, like, do you know what the Afro dash is?
See, this is something I've been hearing a lot about recently. Because I was so I hopped on Arena yesterday, and I fought this guy, and he was telling me, like, the fight ended, and he was in the chat, and he was going like, "Whoa, I Afro dashed," and I was like, "What? What the hell is that?" So yeah, if you could explain it to me and the people watching, that'd be great. What is an Afro dash?
So I recently learned this myself today on stream. It took me like 10 minutes to learn. Someone apparently said that, which is surprising, but it's so it's only usable with Rokushiki, and it's called Afro dash because the dude who made up with the dash, like who thought of the mechanic is named Afro. But anyways, so you do 4 M1s, and then you have to be like inside their body, like phasing with them, and then you dash an M1. So you dash first, then M1, and because you're already dashing, the M1 is gonna register, but it won't stop you in your tracks. So when they're getting knocked back, you're dashing to where they're getting knocked back, allowing you to pull off a move for free.
Okay, so it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of like
the combo extender.
Okay, so it's a combo extender. Great.
Very hard to pull off because I've tried many times and I fell horribly.
So is it better than other combo extenders like Shigan or Collier?
Oh, definitely. Oh, most definitely.
Oh, it's definitely better.
You can. So you know how TP dashes, or like Pika and Goro.
Yeah.
If you were to like Collier or try to like hit them with Trident Impel, they can just dash out of it, right? Because it's instant.
Yeah.
With Afro dash, they cannot get out of it. It's 100% true if you pull it off.
I see. So it kind of like always works.
Yeah, if you pull off the Afro dash, you 100% like pull off a combo extender. And I've seen this with Flare Hiken, Mera Flame Pillar, Zushi Gravity Dominance, Impel, Renkaku, Shigan. I've seen this like everything. Collier, no, what am I saying? Collier? I don't know why I said that, but I've seen this like with like a lot of stuff being like combo extended, and it's insane because it just gives you a free hit, and then depending how you play it, it's a free M1 combo as well.
Yeah. So another question that I want to ask you was, do you think PvP is better in update 3 or in update 2, in your opinion?
Well, they did introduce block buffering, which in my opinion was good, but I do like because in update 2 I wasn't the best at PvP. I really started to shine when update 3 rolled around, but in my opinion I like update 3 so far just because block buffering, but it doesn't perfect block, which I think is a perfect workaround, block buffering, because before that block buffer nerf or buff, I don't know how you want to call it, people would just get accidental perfect blocks from just holding block, from not getting combo extended, and it'd be really annoying because sometimes like it works but it doesn't really, you did it by accident.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely knew how to PvP better in update 2 because I could pull off more. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the combo with Mera, where you do 4 M1s into Collier, into a second set of M1s into like Fireflies.
Is it the Collier air combo?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that sometimes too. I don't know. It's really hard for me to say because update 2, it was really fun to PvP because the infinite combos, and it was really satisfying to pull them off. But in update 3, you can't do that unless you pull off like really like, because I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but if you can pull off an infinite combo in update 3, that's just like pure skill because you're getting them into like a situation that you pulled off.
I have to admit,
really
it was kind of a bad question because like objectively they do have like both their strengths and then like negatives.
Yeah, so it's not really a bad question. It's still interesting to talk about because they're both two things.
I know a lot of people feel very strongly about it. I'm sure in the comments there's gonna be loads of people saying stuff like, "Oh, update 2 is better, update 3 is better." It's gonna be like definitely a point of conflict. But yeah. Well, I'm trying to think, where do we go from here in the discussion, because we kind of talked about everything to death. So
I did want to talk about one thing about like PvE, because I do have some stuff to say about that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, go.
One thing that I think would completely turn GPO around, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, just grind the game," would be like an easier way to get fruits. Like I know there's already ways to get like fruits in the game, but honestly, when you think about it, it's very annoying and unsatisfying when you grind 8 hours in a row and all you got was like 10 Tsukis. That's unsatisfying. Yeah, I've had this happen to me. I'll grind like 13 hours and then nothing but Tsukis, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I guess I'm going to bed at disappointment now.
So you want a way of getting rarer fruits?
Honestly, a black market would just, okay, not the black market that like, where people buy Robux. I'm talking about like the blocks fruit black market type thing.
That's definitely a point of, again, that's going to be a very, very disputed topic, because I know a lot of people really, really hate devil fruit salads kind of thing in games.
Yeah.
I think, personally, if you were gonna add that, you'd have to add it having a cost above Pelly, because Pelly's kind of like Pelly's really easy to get. So I think if you're gonna have like fruits for sale, there have to be some sort of like a higher cost. But I don't know what
It'd have to be like some type of like different currency that you would only get from doing a certain like maybe like raid or something.
Yeah,
I would really like to see raids in GPO. That'd be really fun. Not dungeons, but like actual raids. Because AGZ did say something about like raids or dungeons not being dungeons. So I would really like to see them add like a raid type mechanic that I'm pretty sure was it Shindo Life that introduced it?
I haven't played Shindo Life, so
well, they introduced like a certain like type of raid mode. You have to protect something, and if that gets destroyed, then you kind of like lose.
Oh yeah, that
really
could be cool.
See something like that. Yeah.
Maybe so maybe like after you finish the raid and kill the boss, it drops like some sort of like currency that only the boss drops, and like after you have enough, like maybe it costs like 100 of those to get a like a certain fruit, and it's
and it'd be really balanced in my opinion if it was like block fruits, like it's randomized, and it would have like a certain chance of it being in a shop. So in that way, like people would like actually like look forward to each time the fruit is randomized in the shop, because it'd be like, oh, like an update for when sand comes out. Oh my god, sand's in shop, let's go grind this boss before it goes out of stock, right?
But you have to see though, right? The people are gonna not like that, because one of the reasons that makes GPO so, I guess, good is that Logies are so rare.
Yeah.
So if you kind of add like a way to get them like guaranteed, it kind of takes away from their rarity.
That is very true, and that's one thing I was thinking about. And I was like, well, the entire thing about GPOs that that's what makes it good, basically. But I don't know, right? As of right now, in my opinion, I don't think it's really like worth dedicating 10 hours.
It's not. It's definitely not.
For Tsuki. Yeah.
Well, see, your idea of having it's like a certain currency that you get from raids is a really good idea, because it means that we can like still make it hard to get fruits, while in the same way not making it like too hard, right? Like as it is currently.
Yeah.
So.
Or another workaround would just be like raising the chances, because in my opinion, like, oh my god, 1% chance from a ship to get a
crazy
fruit. Yeah, that's insane. When I first started playing, that's what kind of like put me off the game.
What about dungeons?
And then I came back.
What's your opinion on dungeons?
On dungeons?
Fruit? Yeah.
In my opinion, it causes fights between like people. I've seen this happen. Like people like, because most people don't even like want to do dungeons with people, because it's like, oh, if they get the fruit that I want, they're just gonna keep it. So like, let me do it myself and have that chance. And that's what I've seen a lot. And it's kind of like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of playing with your friends, because only one person gets the fruit, and they have the total decision of giving it or keeping it, and that's what kind of ruins it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I kind of think it would make more sense if everyone got a fruit, right?
Yeah.
Than just one person. Yeah, it's fruits are definitely super rare, and I think especially like the kind of content you do, having a fruit market would be really useful.
Yeah, for me, yeah, it would be really useful. That way, I could just switch on and off between fruits. That's the one thing I really like about Blox Fruit. I was able to just switch between fruits and like just have fun with them.
I would just be worried though that if you added any sort of like black market shop, it would lead to some sort of like Robux transaction.
Yeah,
because we've seen how Feiyu, he likes to monetize everything, like everything.
Yeah, very true.
Like fruit bag, he likes to monetize. Fruit bag's the main one, but there are certain things like race rolls. Well, like it's very much Robux exclusive.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, that was one thing I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, because everything is like costs money to reset your fruit, costs money to change stats, and yeah, he gives codes, but that's like once a week, I think, and sometimes it's literally based off like majority vote.
I think what GPO is missing is some sort of like secondary currency that can be used to buy things like race rerolls and like fruit resets. Some sort of like second I'm not sure if you've played the game One Piece Final Chapter 2.
No, have not.
So that game it had a thing called capture points, and basically what you would do is you would like capture an island, right, in a public server, and it would give you a certain amount of capture points per like every like 30 minutes, and then you could spend the capture points on things like race rerolls and stat point resets, those kind of things.
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking. I was thinking they might add a second currency into when second C comes out, because that's what block shoots did, and I really hope they take after that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it's honestly we'll just have to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. We will just have to see. I mean, one thing that's kind of bugging me at the moment is that Feyu's not been posting as many sneak peeks publicly. I mean, I'm sure the patrons have been getting a lot of stuff, but publicly, it's kind of in the dark about like what we're actually getting next update. So that's just a point I want to mention. But yeah, we've been recording for over 20 minutes, so I think soon would be a good time to end. So any last things you want to mention, or
honestly, maybe like the last thing I'd like to say is to get like, this will go into my video about how to get better PvP. Honestly, just be very observant. Don't try to combo. Don't try to use your moves to combo. Start using to combo, and that's really all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, guys, this was Lost Tsuki. If you enjoyed this talk, make sure to go subscribe to him. Very impressed and somewhat proud of the growth that he's had so far, because he's like,
yo, chill out. You're making me blush.
Because PvP on GPO is typically like a weaker format, but compared to like discussion videos or like farming videos, sometimes PvP kind of misses the mark, right? But your content, somehow you've got that sweet spot where like, you're getting good views and you're getting good engagement, and I'm just really happy to see what's happening. It makes me, I'm very glad that it's going well for you. So
I'm cheesing right now.
I gotta stop before I go on a 10-minute rant. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll put Lost UK's channel link in the description below, so go check him out. And yeah,